I think he's this iconic hero that speaks for those who can't and acts for those who are unable. And we're in a time in our culture where people feel voiceless and they don't get the help they need. And here's a guy that can come and help them. So I think that there was this kind of shining knight, that lives in the shadows. Well, the world is very simple. He does fit in. He's an everyman, so he's at ease, and he appears like you and I to live in an apartment complex with a vast array of people. He's a Lyft driver, so he gets to hear human stories and involve himself with people. His scope is a little bit bigger, but he's a character and a man more at ease. Robert McCall is a man who pays attention, probably more, and he sees more than you and I see. So he can, for example, look at a young, talented child like Miles and see that he's teetering, that he's got one foot in one world and one foot in another. And he can sense. That's the other thing McCall does. He senses people who are in need. And here is a young man that the environment is sort of sucking in, and McCall, he doesn't have a father, becomes this father figure to him. He's now fighting himself. He's the popes, his adversaries in this movie are equal to him in skills and in thought process. So in those action sequences, it's heightened and bigger. It's more dangerous. The other equalizing sequences are very much in keeping with what Robert McCall does. He can assess a situation in milliseconds, decide distance and threats faster than anyone, and can use whatever he has available to him. One is that Susan Plummer is the only person alive that knows all of Robert McCall's secrets. She is the only connection to his past that's left. She is the only friend, truly, he has that knows who he really is. So it's a very interesting dynamic that they have. They've been to war together. They protected one another. They know each other's secrets. They're part of each other's lives. Everyone else thinks Robert McCall is dead. Susan and Brian Plummer know the truth. And that's a comfort to Robert McCall. So when she is in trouble, I think it becomes very personal. His connection to Miles, for reasons that become clearer and clearer in the movie, is much more personal. He has a little more skin in this game, Robert McCall. He becomes a father figure to this kid. He allows this kid into his world, where in the first movie, he avenged Chloe. He was her shining knight, whether she didn't know it. In this movie, he connects more with this young man, and it's much more personal.